Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Sink the Bismarck with me, Wolf 190D. So, we're continuing our story here again. And folks, as always, if at any point, newcomers anyway, if you decide at any point you really like what's going on, you like what I'm doing, the content is good, it's amazing, it's impressive, whatever, or maybe even you like a little bit of history, and you decide you like what's going on here, please be sure to appease those algorithm gods. Drop a like, a subscribe, a follow. It is much appreciated. All right, so anyway, on with today's installment. Geez, what episode are we on now? This is what I get for running the long campaign. The very, 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 very long story. But anyhow, it's been fun so far. I am having a good time. We are at war with the United States. We are at war with Spain, and Spain is suffering from a rather minor, anyway, right now, blockade. But let's see. What do we have going on? We've got our new Byron-class battleships. We're trying to finish those up, but they're all suspended right now because, well, all of my other ships are being repaired. So we need the and I don't know why my Nassau's actually decided to go into dock. I didn't want them to go into dock. I wanted them to go clear out near the dock, but they decided to dock and repair anyway. So we're dealing with what we can while we can. We've got a couple of naval invasions going on. Actually, we're going to take the Caroline Islands from the Spanish. And somehow the United States managed to sneak Northern Ireland away from us as well. So, you know, we're dealing with a couple of inconsistencies, perhaps. But that being said, here we are, and we are dominating pretty much most of Africa, actually. We're fixing to take away... Where are they going? Are those 1200s? Ah, they are. Okay, and they're going to go sit with this fleet, and then this fleet also, I'm going to put one of those light cruisers and one of those heavy cruisers together in a task force and send it down there, because those guys are getting ready to be replaced by our Byron-class battleships. The first ones in the world, maybe, at least in this game, to have 15-inch armament. And I'd actually have to check on the history of those Byrons, because did those Byrons, were they the first ones in the world to actually have a 15-inch main battery? I don't know. I'll have to look down on that at some other point. But, oh, wow, look at that. No, they were laid, the first two were laid down in 1913. No. Baden was laid down in 1913. Byron and Sachsen were in 1914. And then the Württemberg were laid down in 1915. Only two of these ships were historically completed. I think we'll be okay here, though. So we'll just have to see. Also, recently, we designed our Hessen battle cruisers, which should be fairly lethal. They've got 4 twin 14-inch guns. We don't have triple turrets yet. Wow. We actually do not have triple turrets. Turret mechanisms, maybe? Ah, that's where it's going to come out, if it's going to come out. Yeah, we don't have triple main guns yet. So that's something that we are waiting for with bated breath. All right, we are pushing our submarine experiments. I would like to start getting subs sooner rather than later. And actually, my ASW probably is going to need to be improved at some point, which brings to mind a very important question. Does anybody have subs yet? I'm not seeing them on anybody else's roster. The British have 4 battleships. The Soviets have 4 battleships. The Spanish have 1 battleship left. And the United States, they have 6 battleships. But their problem is technologically they are very, very behind. The Spanish are advanced. And the Austro-Hungarians actually are very advanced, but they are also our closest friends. So it would be really difficult to get a war going with them. Excuse me. Now, out of curiosity, I wonder, is anybody starting to invade the United States? See, the only issue would be taking the central United States away from them. Okay, so we've got that fleet sitting there, and I've got this fleet. Hmm. And then we've got these V-73s in here. 144 crew on those little destroyers. Good grief. No, that's all right. Plymouth has none. Gibraltar's got a couple of the 73. St. Florent actually has some of these V-73s, so I think I'll take 10 and 11 out of here. And we'll move them over to here. Yeah. No. Actually, why don't we move them up there? That'll be fine, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pipe these two. I'm going to pipe the gyre, and as soon as it's ready, one of those runes, I'll put them into a small task force. I'll run them down here, and then just swap everything out, and use the Zaydlitz and the Regensburg as part of another zone control fleet. Maybe put them out here in the central Atlantic. Yeah, that would be fine. That would be good. Okay. Okay. Well, I think we are actually ready. Go ahead and move on to that next turn then. So no action right now, but we're going to start another naval invasion. The other one should be completing. And we've got this conquest here. Maybe I ought to let the United States just go ahead and slip in there and take that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take Northern Ireland back, because, well, I would like to take Northern Ireland back. That was kind of lame. Well, the United States is at war with Italy, and Spain is now at war with China. Uh-huh. And then there's the fleet that I've been trying to engage. So we've got our 1200s. I'd be honestly almost curious to see if the Rune couldn't engage his entire fleet, but, well, I don't know. I kind of want this one to be over a little bit more quickly. So let's do what we do. Let the battleships engage. These are the Koenigs. And it looks like that's actually about what's going to happen. Is our heavy cruiser is going to run right into his heavy cruisers. Let's see how he does, huh? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, we're gonna get, well, we got to it. That's good enough. Okay. Slow the battleships down so we can get a accuracy bump. Just completely decimating his fleet or what? I don't know, maybe I ought to put the Americans out of their misery and just go ahead and start invading. I love dud torpedoes. They just sort of complete my life. Completely just picks him apart. Annihilated that entire fleet. Alright, let's see what happens. Well. How fast is it? His destroyer is 28 knots, which is barely faster than my light cruiser. Radar makes life so much easier. We'll be getting it soon enough, I suppose. rear tower. I wonder, does that knock out the gun as well? I think it would. What's his armoring scheme on here like? Yeah, it's about to be expected actually. He's got a single tube. If he sinks my battleship, that would have been a mess. Okay, yeah, you want to pay 109%, then yeah, build some ships for you. Sweden wants to buy the 51. Yeah, they can do that too. Okay. All right. Now, let me see here. Posen, Westfalen, Saxony, and the Danzig. All right, so we've got that. And this Northern Ireland thing, well, we just obliterated his entire fleet. Tell you what, let's send those guys back into Helgoland for repairs and bring up some replacement destroyers. Let's go with trained and trained. No, not there. There. Okay, so Comet or Limburg. Comet. We'll send Limburg over there. And Hamburg. Or rather, the Comet can go up there. Okay. Does he even have... Wow, he's got 10,000 troops to spare up there in Northern Ireland. The Portuguese are very well going to take northern Spain. Wow, look at them go. Good on you guys. Okay. Now that my finances are getting back in order, let's go ahead and set my ships back on build. And I can go ahead and resume on him as well. Okay. And I think that one's got a big enough net. Maybe not yet. Let me see here. It's got 4 turns left on that. We've got 2 turns left on that. The East Philippines. Oh no, not the East Philippines. It is the East of Philippines, but it's in the Philippine Sea. How much tonnage? If I'm going to invade the East Philippines, how much tonnage do I need? Oh, I'm going to have to wait a turn anyway. Move to Moroni, huh? Okay. Austria-Hungary is also going to go after Spain now. Well, so long as they don't interfere with what I'm doing in the Asiatic seas. Wow. Did it just say the United States fails to fail to gain control of Wales? Okay. All right. Let's move our battle cruisers where set these guys to protect. Okay, now this task force needs to come all the way down here. And if anybody tries to stop them, well, I think they'll be more than up to the task. All right, so let's see here. Wow. It's not going to let me do that, is it? Okay. Oh, we're still building. We're still expanding our docks, but we're starting to lose transports. All right. Let's ease up on everything else for a moment. Go ahead and set these guys on protect. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and move these guys over here. And let's move him into the English Channel. Okay. Rune and Geyer. Comet. And another Rune and Geyer. Rather, okay. So let's go ahead and get this invasion done. And that fleet, how long is this fleet going to take to get down to 2 turns? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And maybe we can stage an invasion on southern Spain when all is said and done. I don't know. We'll have to see. Mm. Those are the 12s. I'm wondering if I shouldn't just go ahead to the 14 or move up to 15s now. Anyway, let's see here. There's 3 turns there, 1 more turn there. I do believe Equatorial Guinea will be ours. Let's go ahead. Advance our turn. Let's see what happens. All right. Government wants to create an alliance with Austro-Hungary. Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow, has he built that many of those cruisers that he's on to just letters? All right, well, let's do it. Now, should I be quick and merciful, or should we go ahead and close in and get him with the big guns, huh? What's gonna be more fun? Who knows? Anyway. Yeah, let's just go ahead and close with this guy. What's he gonna do? Which way you want to go, boss? Okay, you want to go that way? You go that way. Okay. And I deleted the base model. That's okay, actually, really, because ultimately, that looks a little bad when it goes fast like that. Oh, overpin. That 9.4 just jacked a hole right in his rear end. Stern. He does have those 11 threes, so if he decides to get a hold of my cruiser with that thing, that's gonna hurt. ahead and launch a volley of torpedoes, though. Is he going to survive long enough? Nope. No, he's not going to survive long enough to get hit by him. Oh well. Sorry, buddy. I mean, come on, guys. Well, let's see how the Magdeburgs are continuing to hold up. I mean, two single 5.9s. It's not a bad. It's not a bad armament. It's really difficult to do some of the more traditional like cruiser builds. I mean, I guess I could widen the hull, but it's not really that conducive. Actually, at this point, it probably doesn't even matter because of semi-oil fuel. With semi-oil fuels, can lighten up your ships enough to where you can oversize the engines to, push them past the efficiency point a little bit. This is an old three-masted cruiser design in and of itself. What am I doing? Destroying his leftovers? That's what it looks like. Wow. It's catching pretty hard. I sink all of his ships in an area and he still manages. I mean, come on. Mexico initiates a major offensive in Belize. Oh, wow. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to separate my fleets. What I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and move these guys over here. So we're going to move the Zeydlitz and the Regensburg over there. And from this battle group, we're going to separate the destroyers out and move them right there. There we go. All right. Now that we got all that squared away, I don't understand. Wow, the Philippines are rebelling. So let's try to do an invasion on Agana. Should be Guam. Yeah, let's go ahead and invade Guam. Mm-hmm. Got 25,000 tons there for a 2,000 or 2,500 ton mission. So yeah, I think we're going to be okay. So Italy is at war with Japan, it looks like. Australia is all by itself, which is fine. Um, see, that's the only naval invasion we get going on right now. And then at some point, I'm probably going to want to take the Canary Islands and move some destroyers. I do like to do that. I like to put destroyers down there in the Canary Islands because, again, it just kind of gives a nice little screen down around this area. Anybody approaching the European coast in such a way. So let me see here. We got battle cruiser Graf over here. I'm gonna move this guy right over here, and we're gonna start picking apart. Do I have? Wow, I might actually have enough tonnage um, to really start to mess with the United States in the Caribbean. Do I want to take the Caribbean? I mean, I would love to gain control of the Panama Canal. I would love to gain control of Panama. That would actually be really nice. Um, yeah, let's start bringing more ships over here. Operate off the coast of Puerto Rico. Okay. And I think we're set to invade Guam. Okay, there's that. Finance. Um, do I have 30,000? Let's see what happens. If I go ahead and resume. Yes, we can do that. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Does that mean that those destroyers are all done? No, not yet, but they're about to be. Okay. We've got 75 destroyers in service. Good grief. 10 cruisers. Actually, I might be taking, let's see here, 26 tons. What is the speed? Because I think with those scatter guns, I usually like to put 24 and a half. We could set one of these light cruisers to run with him. Actually, I could just put him with this fleet right here. And he could hold the North Sea for the time being. I think I made it. I'm going to send the Helgolands over there. And the Nassaus. The Nassaus might be going over to Asia. We're hemorrhaging transports somewhere, so we need to do something about this. Yeah, I'm gonna grab this fleet, and we're gonna go engage this group, that battle group. Okay. And hmm. Begging your pardon, sir, but it's a big ocean. Okay. Well, here's what we're gonna have to do, because I don't need any unrest issues right now. And let's go ahead and take out this light cruiser. All right. And while that's loading, I will be right back, folks. Gotta go grab some more Joe. Okay. Are we back? Yes, we're back. Sorry, I got a little disconnected there. Alright, let's go ahead and close this gap. Can't believe I deleted it. Oh well, I'm gonna actually lay down a sea cruiser at some point. Spanish, for being advanced, are still rocking the remastered design, which is definitely I was going to say, is it going to sink first or is it going to lose structural integrity? Alright, that was that. Ooh, there we go. This might be the last of the last major Spanish fleet. And we are about to completely wreck him. Actually, I might send the Nassaus over to the Caribbean. Oh. All right. Might be the way we're gonna have to do this, folks. So. Actually going to call this one here today. We are at about time. So, for those of you that stopped by today, thank you for doing so. For those of you that liked, subscribed, followed, thank you even more. Your support is much appreciated, and it does help to encourage kind of what I'm doing to do some more. Anyway, thanks again for stopping by today, folks. As always, I don't know where I'm going with that. I started going down there and I was like, wait a minute, why am I doing that? Didn't I just do that? Anyway, gang, till next time, this is Wolf190D signing off.